Welcome back. In this tutorial, I'm also going to do another example of classes and objects. So to make things very clear, so we're going to take an example of an employee class. So we will create an employee class. Now each of the employee, let's say we have a name. So we will create a variable to store the name. So we will create string name, string name. We also have variable to store the designation of the employee. So we will say string designation. And we also have a method to display it. So we'll say void display. Void display. So let's create an employee class, and then we are going to create a couple of employees. So we'll go to our developer console. We start with an employee class. We'll create an employee class here. Click OK. Okay. Now each of these employees will have a name, string name, and also I have to make it public, string name, and to store the designation we have another one, public string designation. Now I will also have a simple method, public void show, and this will display system.debug name of the employee plus name, and then system.debug. Then we are going to display the designation of the employee. Yes. So after creating this class, we have not created anything on the memory yet. Nothing has been created in the memory. So now we are going ahead and create the objects. So to that, we are going to create the two employee objects. New employee, then another employee object. This is the second one. So writing these two statements, what it has done is it has created in the memory, it has created two different employees object. So it has created one employee object and then another one. Right now there is no remote controller reference variable I have created. So I will create for this variable, let's say I'm going to create employ E1 for this one, this for this one, employ E2. Now here, so I have created two remote control. So this one is E1 and this one is E2. So these are two remote controls. What is remote control has? They only have the memory location of these employees. So let's say this particular employee is at E2, E23, or for E2 it is stored at memory location at E4. This has the own memory address for E44. So that's how right now we have each of these called as the instance variable, because these instances objects are called instances. So these instances will be have their own copies of these variables. So there will be a name for this one and there will be a designation for this one. Similarly, there will be a name for this employee as well as designation for this employee, because these two are the instance variables. Each of these instances that you create from this class will have its own copy of these instances. So if you go back here, now I am going to say the first employee E1, E1 dot name, E1 dot name, let's say John, E1 dot of designation of this employee, let's say manager. Okay, and similarly for E2, E2 dot name, let's say name is Sam, and let's say his designation is junior manager. Now we're going ahead and call the show method. So we type the E1 dot show and we're gonna say E2 dot show. So what we are doing is E1 is referring to with this variable. So name of this is John and he is the manager. Similarly for E2 is pointing to this employee. His name is Sam and he is the junior manager. So now if we call the show method, this is the non-static method. We will cover now static and non-static. This is a non-static method because it doesn't have a static keyword in it. So now if you run it, it's going to go ahead and print John and manager and Sam and junior manager. So if you go up and call this, the output of the program will be we are interested in debug. So it's a John manager, Sam and junior manager. Of the employee's junior manager, name is Sam, and the name of first employee is John, and designation of the first employee is manager, right? So this is the output of our program. John manager and Sam junior manager. So this is called the classes and objects. I hope you have understood the difference between what classes and objects are in a better way. The next tutorial will talk about static and non-static methods. Till then, bye. Have a good day.